It's like 1 a.m. right now, and I should be asleep and I should be packed because I leave for college tomorrow, but what am I doing? Filming a story time. Is anyone surprised? Because I am not. What's up, guys? How is everybody doing? I hope everyone's doing so good. I don't know why, but this white collar popping through my shirt is like pissing me off. My outfit is really TikTok-y, and like I have a chain on and everything. I'm gonna take this off. I'm over it. Okay, that's not gonna be a distraction anymore. So if you're new to my channel, hi. How are you? If you're coming back, you may notice the change in scenery right now and my awful lighting. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm so sorry. I really dropped the ball on this one. So in today's video, I'm going to be filming a story time about something that happened a few years ago. So right now I am 19. And this story took place when I was 17, turning 17 to be exact. The night of my 17th birthday is the reason why I don't fuck with Ouija boards. After this happened, I won't touch one unless I know it's not real, but you never know. Gotta keep your eyes open. So I'm just gonna get into the story already, okay? You're probably getting bored. You probably already clicked off. Whatever. But if you didn't click off, you're in for a real treat. So on the night of my 17th birthday, I had some friends over. The people I had over were my main friend group, Charlie's Angels, Mason, Selena, Haley, and me. And I had a few other people over, and that's how the night started. Me and my friends were just hanging out in my house. My mom was here, but she was just in her room with like my dogs, keeping them quiet, because at the time I had 3 little dogs that would just bark. I think for fun. They would just bark at the sound of leaves on the pavement. So my mom was in her room. I think my sister was here. I don't fucking know. But me and all my friends were in my room where I am right now. So I'm in the dark at 1 a.m. telling this, and it's a story about a Ouija board. So I might get possessed right now. I don't know. As we're all hanging out in my room, we're kind of just chilling out. There was a Ouija board already in my room. I guess it was supposed to be some weird quirky decor, but I remembered the Ouija board sitting at the end of my bed most of the night. When me and my friends were in here, we were in a circle just talking, and this was around the time that the mannequin challenge was a thing. So we decided to do the mannequin challenge, but with a little twist because we're creative that way. So we decided to set up the mannequin challenge around the Ouija board, like make it a Ouija board theme. Okay, I'll put it up on the screen right now. And I don't know what we were trying to do. I mean, it was cool, a good concept, but so we did that, and I think at around 10 p.m., 2 more of my friends come and surprise me. So they bust through the door and like, and scared us all to the point of like pooping our pants. So after they came in, we all talked for a while, and we decided that we wanted to use the Ouija board. Like, now that I think back on this situation, why? Like, just why? Why let spirits into your house when you don't need to? So we put the Ouija board on the floor, and we all got around it, and we put our hands on it, and we tried to do it right. We definitely didn't. We all started doing the thing, like asking questions, whatever. And I remember the board kept trying to spell out something that started with the word des. Yeah, D-E-S, I don't know. So we did it for like 5 minutes of the board doing absolutely nothing. It was probably one of us like moving it, but it kept trying to spell out the word des. I literally don't know. And I remember right before we stopped using it, the candle that was set by the Ouija board was just blown out, and none of us blew it out because I feel like we would have heard it if one of us went, because none of us were close enough to the candle to blow it out. One of our heads would have to be super close, or you'd have to have some weird stealth breathing, like, and we all got spooked. We went downstairs. Those 2 friends that went to come and say happy birthday to me left. We came back upstairs, grabbed the Ouija board. We went downstairs to my living room, and I'll insert some like clips right here to really explain where it was, because you need to visualize this, okay? So we put the Ouija board downstairs onto the floor. We all put our hands on it, and we start doing it again. And this time we did it for, I think, like 10 minutes. And the Ouija board, it would spell out weird words. The Ouija board kept saying the word des. Like, what does that mean? What are the demons trying to get at right now? So we're doing the Ouija board, and I'm facing the big window in my living room. I remember after like 10 minutes of using using this Ouija board, a car pulls into the roundabout near my house. And the car that pulled into the roundabout was like a mom car. It wasn't a van, but it was a mom car. And as it was pulling in, I noticed the trunk was open. It's one of those trunks where it opens up. And I'm sitting there like doing the Ouija board like, guys. And we all look out the window and also see that the car's hazards are on. And then we notice that 4 people jump out of the car. Our minds didn't go immediately to like, they're threatening, they could hurt us. We just thought they were just like some hooligans in the neighborhood trying to be funny, or we thought they were broken down. So we all thought to ourselves, should we go help them? Should we go ask them like, what are you guys doing? So we all get up and we all start slowly piling out to my front porch. Like I said, there was like 4 people out in the roundabout, but they were like prancing across different yards. I don't know why I, for a second in my head, thought that they were like delivering newspapers. Like, no. 1 out of the 4 guys is standing near the end of my driveway. That's where their car is slowed down. And he's a bigger man. And I noticed he had like spiky, I think gray hair. And me and my friends are all calling out to him like, hey buddy, are you good? Oh my God. This memory is stuck in my brain, I think forever. After we yell that to him, he turns his head like a movie. I don't even think I can turn my head as quick as this man did. He turns his head as quick as he can towards us. And keep in mind, we can't even really see him. It's like dark, but we just see his figure. But we see his head turn in the distance. And we're all just like, oh shit. And this man starts running towards my house with all of us just standing on the porch, exposed, vulnerable. So he starts bolting it towards us, like the scene in Get Out where he's like full on running. So fight or flight kicks in and we all have to just run to my front door because like what else do you do in that situation? I was so scared I basically ran halfway up my stairs, through my front door, halfway up my stairs. Mason and Selena went towards my bathroom on the first floor. So the last person into my house was my friend named Liz. She grabbed the doorknob and let me tell you, I've never seen a human be more defensive in my life. She grabs the door handle and she slams it basically up against the man because he reached the front of my door by the time we all were inside. She slams the door and she's holding it shut because she can feel him trying to get into my house. And I'm like halfway up my stairs, but I turn around to see what's going on and I see the man through the tiny little window by my door. He's putting his face up to the point where his breath is fogging up the window and he's pounding on the window with his hand. And he stops pounding on the door and he stops trying to get in and he just goes away. And we're all just like frazzled because why? Why did that just happen? So I walk back down the stairs and we're all basically yelling, call 911, call 911. So my friend Savannah, she's looking for her phone to call 911 and she realized that before the man ran up to the door, Mason was holding her phone. And when she ran in, she basically threw it. On her way in, she fell and tripped into the bathroom and she dropped the phone and it cracked. So we couldn't use that phone because it was shattered. So I go into my kitchen and I go to my home phone sitting on my counter. I pick up the phone to dial 911 and the phone slips through my fingers. Imagine this is my home phone. I pick it up from my counter and as I'm going to dial, it falls out of my hand. And it didn't just fall on the ground, it fell in my dog's water bowl. So we're all just like panicked, laughing, kind of crying at the same time because we were so confused as to what's going on. So then after we broke 2 phones, I went and found my phone and I called 911 and I go upstairs to tell my mom what is going on. And my mom at first wasn't really in the zone. She was kind of like watching a movie half asleep. So when I tell her, I'm like,
oh my God, Mom. Someone tried breaking into the house after we used a Ouija board. The home phone fell in the dog bowl, and Savannah's phone broke because Mason tripped into the bathroom. I just called 911, and the police are on their way. What? Mom, I'm like not even kidding. It like happened.
So we go back downstairs and I'm waiting in the living room where the Ouija board was. And keep in mind, when you use a Ouija board, you're supposed to like sign out of it. We did not sign out of this Ouija board because remember, while we were using it, that's when the car pulled into the roundabout. We didn't even like tell the Ouija board like, okay, bye now. We just left it there. So we all kind of noticed that little detail. So we're waiting for the police to get to my house so we can like tell them that there's a crazy van full of weirdos going around my neighborhood, running around trying to break into houses. So we wait for a while, and another one of my friends gets to my house because she came later, and we see her car pull up, and we're all sitting in my family room like, oh, she has to walk from her car to my front door. What if they're still out there? So we call her while she's still in her car, and we're like, girl, you better run to the front door right now. This is not a drill. Get in here. So I remember we open the front door and we see her getting out of her car, and she's just walking towards our house because she doesn't know what happened. So she's not sure if like we're messing with her or not. And by the time she's like halfway down our driveway, we basically go out and grab her and pull her into my house because gray-haired spiky man is still running around my neighborhood. After we get inside, we explain to her what the just happened, and we see a cop car pull up at the end of my driveway. We all go out to share our trauma that just happened. So we go down my driveway and we go up to the cop car and we're talking to the policeman. Hi, someone just tried breaking into our house with us here. He didn't care we were inside. He wanted in. And as we're telling this cop the story, he could not care less. He's sitting there listening to us like, someone just tried breaking into our house with us here. Like, he didn't care. And after we told him, we're kind of like, okay, mister, stop just sitting here. You might want to go catch the bad guys down the street. And basically tells us he's going to go take care of it. And I don't know if he did or not. So we all go back inside and we're spooked. Later that night, we all kind of calmed down. We started watching movies in my living room. Most of my friends there fell asleep. Me and like 4 other of my friends were sleeping downstairs on my couch while watching a movie. At like 2 a.m., me and I think 2 of my other friends, we were still awake, and we're just like watching the movie, kind of going in and out of sleep, kind of traumatized and trying to get the image of Get Out of my head. I remember the clock strikes 3, and around 3:30ish, my TV restarts. My TV restarts at 3 a.m., which is also the devil's hour, if you didn't know. And after my TV restarts, the movie we were watching wasn't on the screen. It turned out to be an old-time movie, I think from like the 60s. You could tell the show was about devils, like a bunch of little devils. And they all had like their faces painted with red and little horns. And I remember sitting there like, why are there devils on the screen? What? There's no reason. We didn't really think too much about it. So we all went to bed and we woke up. We cleaned up some of our mess and then everyone went home. And I realized the kicker. So I go into the living room because I think I left something in there. And keep in mind that was where the Ouija board was being used. I remember walking in, grabbing the thing I needed, and then looking back at the floor where the Ouija board was and realized that it was just gone. I vividly remember nobody moving it. It sat on that floor when we all went to bed, and when we woke up, the only area we cleaned was in the kitchen, and the Ouija board is missing. And I still haven't found it to this day. It disappeared after that night. So I hope you learn from my mistakes to never touch a Ouija board. Let me tell you, it's not cute. You're not gonna get anything out of it, I promise. You'll just get demons. I don't think my house is haunted, but it's still strange. Like, where did it go? Was it sucked up into the carpet? Did Barbara eat it? If you don't know who Barbara is, that's my pet pig. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed my little fun, cute story time. Hope you sleep really good tonight. I'm gonna go to bed now, and I hope you can too. If you're watching this at night, I'm so sorry. And I will talk to you guys later. I hope I did not spook you too hard. All right, good night.